So what? Let me see here. What do I have? No, why not? We'll try it, see what happens. I want to clean this up a little bit. I'm going to be bringing it to the club. And the only reason why I want to, clean it up a little bit. And I'm trying to figure out why I put these holes in it. Oh, I know why. I have staples for it, so they're long. They're, for the ground. And if I was going to do a prone, I'd be able to stake it into the ground. So I'm just going to put some of this on there for now. And if I'm going to camouflage it, this will be a good base. So it'll give us an idea of what's going on in the real world. Are we going to fit in there? Yeah, we should be okay. For something as deep as it is, this is a dark base. And again, though, it's partially the brush's fault. It doesn't seem to want to cover very well. But again, a lot of that is brush. If the brush isn't a good brush, it's not going to give you a smooth finish. Now, do I really care on this? No. I think this is one of those dollar store specials. I'm not positive. If not, it could be a Home Depot special. Because you pay more for it sometimes doesn't necessarily mean that it's better. However, the bristles do stay in it a little bit better, so that kind of helps. And the other thing is, this will probably be sitting under cover, but it'll be outside. And when I mean under cover, not meaning it's going to be covered, but there's a overhang that will be basically over the top of this. And it's a large, it's there to keep the shooters dry. So it's probably about 15 feet deep, and it's got to be about 125 feet long. So, that's another thing we used to use these old brushes for when we were painting. We would use them for dusters once they get to a point to where you really can't use it for painting anymore. We would clean it out real good, keep it in our pocket. So for instance, if we had to do anything with like a window or something, and we're scraping it, Now we got to get the scrapings and everything off the sill, you know, or whatever we're doing, or scraping or cleaning. We keep the old brush in our pocket or in the loop, and we would use it as a duster. We would use it for dusting off things that we had to paint. Sometimes you get up there and there's a cobweb or something. Even though it's outside, it's still there. Inside we use them too, but more so on the outside. And then we would also take them before we start using them as dusters. We'd keep them in the pot, a paint pot, a brush pot. It just doesn't want to cover that white. And we use them as jammers. Basically, you got to get into something, you know, and you can't get in there, you jam in the old brushes. You know, I mean, it'll wreck them over time, but the brush is basically shot to start with. So you jam it in there to where you can't get with the other brush. Then you take your better brush and you just kind of feather off whatever you can around it. And that's what you do. So you jam it in. And then after you clean it off, then it becomes your duster. You don't just throw them away. Okay. Enough on this. And here it is. Here's the hammer. The hammer. Now I'm going to use that right. I don't want to get paint on it. So we use this one. Splatter, splatter. Then that tune. Ding. I'll learn that tune in one note. All right. Let me write this out real quick. Hold on a minute. I do have a little thing out here. Alright. Alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Let that sit there and dry. This thing cleaned up really nice. Let me see if I can pick it up without touching anything. Remember it had all the stains on it? Oh, I got that on there myself. I just did that. Okay. Well, there's really no bottom to it. Okay. We're going to let this sit. I am going to have to paint the bottom. Because like I say, basically what I want to do is just make sure that it's got a good cover on it. Because if it is going to be out in the elements, even though it's not going to be getting directly poured on, rained on, snowed on, it's still going to be out there. It will get some rain, depending how the rain and the snow is blowing, and it's going to be cold. So I want to try to get it the best that I can anyway. All right, I'm not going to do any lights until tomorrow. I got to drain Darlene's car in the morning before she takes off. Now, I have these two lights over here. Let me get them off here. I was talking to Eddie about these today. We were bullshitting about lights, and I had them out inside the trailer. I was showing him Coasty. registered to the Department of Homeland Security. Yeah. And I was talking about the light, you know, how I put the light out there. I need a light. And I told him, he says, oh yeah, he says, he has one down in the basement, his place. And I, holy shit. He says, oh, that's right. So anyway, he goes, yeah. He says, I bought mine at Walmart for $14.99. I go, what? He goes, Home Depot was charging $20, $25. At one time, I bought the one up there, which is the same as this one, same light. And I bought that one up there. I think it was under 20. I know that. And this one was over 20. I think this was like 26. And that one, I think it was 17 something. I don't remember now. But it was, there's like an $8 difference or so. But they are a good bright light, and they definitely work. I gotta put one over there, but I'm just waiting to see what I actually